The UK Home Office has been a factory of failure, scandal and cruelty. Its grip on immigration rooted in racism, secrecy and unchecked power. Carla Denyer and Zoe Gardner have said enough. In their new report, No Way Home, they call for a radical shift, strip immigration from the hands of a broken department and reimagine a system built on justice, dignity and human need. Since 1793, the Home Office has overseen British immigration, not with the aim of fairness or compassion, but with the specific intent of exclusion, suspicion, and control. From the 1905 Aliens Act to Theresa May's hostile environment, immigration law in Britain has been shaped by racism and fear, not compassion or fairness. The Windrush scandal exposed what many already knew, that the Home Office sees migrants not as people, but as problems to be removed. Billions are spent on policing and incarceration, while asylum seekers are warehoused in hotels and denied dignity. The department claims to value respect and compassion, but time and time again, it has proven institutionally incapable of either. This isn't broken policy, it's functioning oppression, and the truth is clear. No amount of reform can redeem an institution built to dehumanise. The Home Office must be dismantled. The problem. In 2019, the Home Office handed out £4 billion in asylum accommodation contracts to just 3 companies: Serco, Mears and Clear Springs. Let's talk about Clear Springs. This is the private company paid by the Home Office to house asylum seekers, often in mouldy, rat-infested accommodation, unfit for human beings. Its majority shareholder, Graham King, just made it onto the Times Rich list, now worth over £1 billion. A billionaire made rich from warehousing vulnerable people in squalor. Meanwhile, Clear Springs dodges scrutiny, hiding behind commercial confidentiality with no transparency and no accountability. This is what government outsourcing has become, a shadow state, where the only thing guaranteed is profit. This isn't just about corruption. It's about cruelty. It's about a department that doesn't use data, doesn't care about impacts, and refuses to listen to warnings, even when lives are on the line. It's about a system so dysfunctional that even the National Audit Office says it can't prove value for the hundreds of millions it spends each year. Decisions are made not on evidence, but on assumption, prejudice, and political posturing. Outsourcing doesn't just harm those in the system. It crushes workers too. Staff employed by contractors like Mighty have taken the Home Office to court over discrimination, poor conditions, and failed grievance procedures. Unions say these workers are often so underpaid they rely on food banks, while their bosses rake in government-funded millions. What we're seeing is the commodification of displacement and the financialisation of suffering. It's racist by design, cruel by execution, and utterly unaccountable in practice. The solution. We must begin again. No more symbolic cruelty to score political points. Now is the time for real structural change. Carla and Zoe propose dismantling the current Home Office and creating 2 new departments, one focused on community security and another radically different in purpose and design, a department for population, infrastructure and immigration. These bodies would be grounded in justice, compassion and evidence, not prejudice and suspicion. We would break up the unchecked powers of the Home Secretary, ending the current system that allows knee-jerk decisions to become life-altering policy. We will create clear, accountable and independent oversight, so no government can again inflict systemic harm as it did in the Windrush scandal without facing consequence. Instead of hostile policies and endless paperwork, we will build an immigration system that meets the needs of our economy and society, one that welcomes, integrates and respects people instead of detaining and degrading them. We will end the era of private profiteering from human suffering. No more billion-pound contracts for people like Graham King or companies like Clear Springs. Our immigration system must be rooted in public service, not private greed. Most importantly, we will end the narrative of hostility and hate. Immigration has enriched this country in every way. Economically, culturally, and socially. It's time our policies reflected that truth. This is not just about structures, it's about values. It's about building a system that protects people rather than punishes them. So let's be clear. Human dignity is not for sale. Safety should not be subcontracted, and the care of displaced people must never be a business model. Let's remove profit from a system designed to keep people safe, and instead build one rooted in humanity, solidarity, and hope.